Now, a clear way forward on the future of e-tolls will be discussed during tomorrow's midterm budget speech. Now, that's according to the Transport Minister, Fikile Mbalula. E-tolls have been the bane of motorists ever since their inception in Gauteng. Our reporter, Mangoba Mkhunu, following this story, he's back here with us in the studio this afternoon. Mangoba, a good afternoon to you. Sounds like there could be some good news about the e-tolls tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. We've heard this song before, Mangoba, being played out. But I understand you've been speaking to various role players, including the Trade Union Federation, COSATU, about what they are expecting tomorrow to be said about e-tolls. What did they whisper into your ear, Mangoba?
Well, certainly, Praten, I can tell you that there's a lot of expectations from Trade Union COSATU, but you know, of course, that they have been behind some of the protests that we've seen when it comes to the issue of e-tolls as back as 2012, when we saw the e-toll system being launched in Gauteng, and they've been leading quite a number of those protests, but not only protests, but also on the political side, being the part of the tripartite alliance with the ANC. We know that behind closed doors, they have been fighting the issue of e-toll. So there are definitely expectations that the minister would announce the scrapping of e-tolls. They are saying that the minister really has no choice, or government really has no choice now in the matter, given that, you know, over the years we've seen, you know, non-compliance, we've seen many people, you know, defying, you know, the payment of e-tolls. So they are saying that government really has no choice but to announce the scrapping of e-tolls. And because this is something that government needs to do to put some sort of finality to the issue and to ensure that we move on once and for all from the issue of e-tolls. But take a listen, Praten, to what they had to say. They're quite optimistic. We know, Praten, there have been promises that were made as back as 2019. They're saying that this time they hope it will come to fruition.
Well, we're expecting and hoping that finally the minister will heed the call of South Africans, that it is a bad policy to ask workers and unemployed people to always be paying every 5 kilometers when they walk to try and find jobs. We have been campaigning against this policy since its inception, and I must say that is one of the campaigns that we're very proud of as COSATU, because we managed to get all South Africans to defy this policy. As things stand now, we know that majority of South Africans are not complying with that policy, and therefore it is our view that once and for all the minister will have no choice, or should have no choice in fact, but to scrap this policy. We have been ignoring these calls over and over again. I mean, we have been expecting that both the finance minister, the transport minister, including the government as a whole, who have long understood that they can't sustain, they can't force, they can't pickpocket workers like this, and they can't pickpocket the South Africans like this and unemployed people. But they've been arrogant, they've been so stubborn. But even in case that they don't scrap it tomorrow, they don't announce it scrapping, the thing is, it's not working. We will continue the campaign we are doing. We have stopped being on the street now. It's no longer necessary. We have got all South Africans to understand that it must be defied. And this defiance campaign is working very well. So we're not worried about whether they continue to make it to be imposed or not, because they can't even prosecute anyone as things stand now who is not compliant, because it's just unworkable. There's no way. They're just having that there by name in the policy, but South Africans are not going to comply with that thing. So they understand that they don't scrap it. It's their problem. We are satisfied. We have campaigned. We're no longer going to close the street. It is not working. We are succeeding in our campaign.